Hello YouTube, this is Bash and we are bringing you the GBA FDL tournament. We This is a pretty wild tournament that happens. This is the second time it's happened. With season one, as in that one I made it to the round of 16 against Merc, who ended up and lost to him, and who ended up winning the championship for the entire thing. So I felt like this time, since I actually had a channel now, since the last one, I decided to upload it. It's gonna be definitely late. Been a little busy lately, if you can't tell. So I didn't really have time to record these. So I'll just record all the group stage in one. But here's our group. This is our pool for drafting. And as you can see, I grabbed Celesteela, Hydreigon, Suicune, Infernape, Florges, Nihilego, Mega Manectric, and Mudsdale. People questioned me about the Mudsdale pick, but I honestly thought it was a really good pick to pair with Celesteela and Suicune, as they all three of them just, I don't think they have any weaknesses. Every single one of those take care for each other's weaknesses, as Celesteela's Electric Fire, Electric Mudsdale is immune to, Fire, Suicune eats those for days, Suicune Grass Electric, Grass Celestia destroys, Mudsdale is immune to Electric, and like Water, Grass, and Ice, we got Grass with Celestia, Water and Ice for Suicune. So like that pair right there just makes an insane wall core, and it gives me another rocker, which is really nice. I decided to go Celestia Hydreigon to help with the Steel Dragon Fairy core. I do regret later on with the Florges pick. I kind of wish I grabbed Sylveon, I believe, instead. Partly because Florges, it can't touch Steel types whatsoever. Like, not at all. It can't even click like a Shadow. Like, it doesn't have like Shadow Ball. It has like Grass type moves, Psychic type moves, and Fairy type moves. Like, and then Hidden Powers. Like, that's all it has. So it's such an easy switch into Steel types, and I don't really like that, in my opinion. So that's why I kind of regret that. But the rest of the team is really good, other than the fact that it's very specially offensive, if you noticed. And my ones that are physically offensive, only one of them is a true physically offensive mon, which is Mudsdale. The rest of them are mixed with, like, Celesteela and Infernape could be mixed. So it leads to an issue of Assault Vests being used all the time and being playing against Spadef's teams. But we have ways to get around it. The people in our group, as this pool was split up into two groups, groups of five, and in my group I had Troy, Mightykiss, Pesky, and Monster, which is pretty wild. And first, I would like to go over Mightykiss' team with Salamence, Clefable, Excadrill, Tangrowth, Uxie, Jolteon, Tyranitar, and Mega Gyarados. So right off the bat, I noticed that Infernape Mach Punch is is so good. Is so good for this match. I mean, like, with like Tyranitar, Mega Gyarados, Excadrill being a problem, and even Jolteon, I guess, in some sorts, because its defense stat is so much lower. It's kind of frail on the defensive side. And the more I looked at it, the team, the more I noticed that his team can't really handle SD Infernape whatsoever. If I weaken some things down, if I weaken down the Jolteon a little bit, and I run like Fire MZ, I could pretty much nuke or sweep his entire team, like 100%. So that's what I'm gonna plan to do. That's the game plan for this match. I'm gonna go over the team I'm bringing real quick. As he does have the Salamence and the Clefable, Excadrill, Tangrowth, Uxie, Jolteon, Tyranitar, Mega Gyarados, with the Sand team, which is kind of annoying. Z captains being Salamence and Excadrill, and mine, of course, Celesteela and Infernape being my Z captains. So what I noticed off the team, yeah. So what I said about the Infernape, here's the Infernape set right here. Jafar with the Fire MZ, Iron Fist, Sword Stance, Close Combat, Flare Blitz, and Mach Punch absolutely just destroys his team. If if one of the two Mons, Clefable or Uxie, are weakened down, or I think Salmons, that means I don't have. I could just sweep because Z Flareblast is for one of the three, depending on which one is which ones I get to weaken the most. So next I have Celesteela, very defensive in a way, with like a little bit Spadef, and Earthquake, Heavy Slam, Air Slash, Toxic. Toxic is just to be annoying. Heavy Slam, of course, for Clefable. I want to get the Toxic off on like Tangrowth and like the Jolteon, I guess. And like the Uxie, which could be really annoying. Heavy Slam, of course, for Stab, just hits really hard. Air Slash is for like Tangrowth, Tangrowth. And can hit the Salamence alright, too, as well. And then Earthquake is for like things like the Jolteon and the switch in Excadrill, which could help take on the Tyranitar as well. And the Mega Gyarados, as Heavy Slam doesn't do that much to Mega Gyarados, I believe, and it's very Spadef, so I don't think Air Slash would do that much either. Just in case in point, I'm recording this maybe like probably like 2 weeks or 3 weeks after these matches happen. So if I don't remember the sets exactly, like why I use them, that's kind of why. Next we have Suicune, the Riverdale, with Rest, Sleep Talk, Roar, Scald. This is to help with his team with setup sweepers like Ments or like Excadrill and the Sand, stuff like that, and Mega Gyarados, and even Tyranitar as well, which is really good because Suicune kind of walls a lot of them. It's very difficult for them to break through this set. Really, the only way they're gonna break through it is with Jolteon. I'm pretty sure, unless he has like a Tauntaumon, that's the only way he can break through this. So, next we have Benjamin, Mudsdale, who is very Spadef, enough to take, I believe, 2 Choice Specs HP Ices, I believe I calculated for that. With it has Earthquake, Stealth Rocks, Roar, and Heavy Slam. So I have Stealth Rocks up because obviously Stealth Rocks are very necessary for the match. With Salamence and stuff like that, and to get chip damage on Jolteon, because I do have to weaken Jolteon for a decent amount before I could go in with Infernape and get a Mach Punch off. And figure out what kind of set Fable is very nice as well. Also, so I have Heavy Slam there. It's to hit the Salamence in case he's the last Mon. It's also to hit the Uxie and stuff like that, as I do not have, especially in the like Mega Gyarados as well. If I can't click Roar on them, I have to I have some move to somewhat hit them, and I didn't really feel like Rock Slide was the right choice for this match. I want a Heavy Slam to help with the Clefable, pressure that as well. So that's that. Next we got Mega Manectric with the Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, Flamethrower, HP Ice. It's kind of weird bringing it against like a Sand team, but honestly, it doesn't have that bad of a matchup, and it helps pressure Mega Gyarados. It helps pressure Salamence. It helps pressure things like the Tangrowth with Flamethrower as well. Although I do have to be aware that I have to be able to read the Excadrill and the Jolteon with both immunities as well. But game momentum is always nice with Mega Manectric, so that's that. Next, and then last but not least, we have Hydreigon, who is Choice Scarf with U-Turn, Draco Meteor, Dark Pulse, and Shockwave. I did have the Shockwave for Gyarados before Megas. I forgot before this match that you do have to Mega first turn, so I was really worried of a Gyarados just setting up, and I wanted to get it into the to Mega so I could get the Mach Punch off with the Infernape. Hydreigon, if I knew that ahead of time, I would have just gone with Flash Cannon or something like that to handle with Clefable and stuff. So, or like Earth Power. So that's that. Let's go into our match here. So, getting to our match, he did not bring the Mega Gyarados, which is pretty remarkable. He did not, and he didn't also bring the Salamence, which both were very viable to come. I was kind of weird. I was kind of like, wasn't weirded out, but like I was kind of surprised that they didn't come. Even though Suicune is such a big deal. he probably didn't bring Mance because of the Celestial, because the only way he's going to break through that is if he's special with like Fire MZ, but otherwise he can't really break through that. Uxie could be kind of annoying, and he does have two electric immunities, which can be really annoying for Mega Manectric to Volt Switch around of. Against Hydreigon looks really good in this match. Getting those U-turns off and like forcing the Clefable and getting the chip damage off could be really nice, and it pressures Uxie out all the time, and it allows it to Infernape to sweep it. Then Celestial looks pretty good in this match too. The only way he really has the pressure, it seems like, is the Jolteon. And Suicune does also is only pressured really by Taunt, which I don't believe he doesn't have really on this team, or Tangrowth and Jolteon. And Mudsteel's alright in this match, although it's really here to stop Jolteon, because I need something to stop Jolteon from being a pain on against our team. Yeah, so let's get into our match. I believe I lead off with Celesteela just because it has the best matchup to lead off with, and if he has Jolteon, I get the free switch. I could just switch into Mudsteel or Manectric and get the Lightning Rod boost to get the +1 special attack. So I wasn't really worried about that as much, and I'm gonna go for Toxic first turn, which was really good because I was fine with Toxic getting anything on his team. And if the X-Skill train came in, I could just EQ that, so it wasn't that big of a deal. And I'm going to make the play into Mudsdale. Partially was to see what kind of set he was. Also, I kind of did expect rocks, and I want to get my rocks up as well, so he could, so that could be a pain to him in a way. And he's going to go out to Tangrowth, which is obviously going to be a switch into Benjamin. And I'm going to just switch out into Hail Hydra. So he goes for a Giga Drain. Doesn't do that much at all, just 14%. I'm just going to U-turn out here. And I'm going to believe I go into Celesteela here. I was a little worried about the Sleep Powder in a way. Hydreigon was nice for this game, but it was the least valuable mon on my team, I think, for this match, other than maybe Mega Manectric. And that's why I switched it in initially, expecting the Sleep Powder. So I U-turned out, expecting to switch out, and I get some calcs. I get to like scout out what kind of set he is, see what he's running, and I go into Celesteela to help with that. And he's just gonna go for a Giga Drain. Does nothing really. It's 6%, and that's just leftovers recovery right there. I believe it goes. Do I go for another Toxic here? Or no, I go for Heavy Sand to put on some pressure. Hit the Uxie for a decent amount of damage, and now he's getting worn down with the Toxic and the Heavy Slam damage. I'm going to make the play out into Hydreigon, knowing he's not going to go for a Dazzling Gleam. But he makes a great play and goes for a U-turn, and now he gets the free switch into Tyranitar to set up the Sand to pressure the team with Extra Joe. And now Hydreigon's pretty weakened, and I'm just going to believe... Do I go for a... I go for a Draco. I was worried about a D-Dance set with Rock Polish or like weakness policy with the U-turn, which would have prompted that. So that's why I went for the Draco. I was kind of stacking off Hydreigon, and Clefable got the free Fire Blast right there. It comes in on the Draco, gets the... let me go back for a second. He goes in into Clefable, which is a great play. I probably should have just U-turned right there, but I was kind of stacking off Hail Hydra right there. I didn't really have a good switch in I wanted, and I didn't want Suicune to get weakened. So I decided to go into Steela. Obviously, that's what I thought would be the best switch. And he goes for a Fire Blast. Yep, there goes Steela. Steela is pretty weakened down. I don't really have much for it. And he's going to make a double out. Because I believe if I was not minus speed nature, I outspeed Clefable, but he doesn't know that I was minus speed. So I make a double out into Hydreigon, trying to sack that off, and he goes into Uxie, which is fine with me because I just get the free Dark Pulse off. Just clean this up, take this out. That's one thing down. The Infernape now it makes it easier for Infernape to sweep now. I just need to get some chip damage on Jolteon. And a little bit on Clefable. And now I see Magic Guard, so he's not unaware, which is really good. For Infernape to sweep it then, and I do get the flinch, which is kind of annoying for him. I feel bad about that, but it doesn't really matter at the end. Um, so I'm gonna go into Mega Manectric and try to put some pressure on. And here's where things get a little weird because I'm gonna try to make the prediction, I believe, for Extra Joe to come in because I really thought that because he was making all these reads all game, and he goes for a Fire Blast and just does it burns me as well. So getting that chip damage on the sand and the burn now is really a pain. And I'm gonna go for a T-Bolt now. No, he's not gonna switch out. And he's gonna go for Moonlight, which was kind of surprising. He should. He told me after the game he actually had Moonlight on it instead of Soft Boil. He forgot to switch it over because he had unaware of Cliffy Boy first. But unfortunately, that's not how things are. So I'm just gonna go for another Thunderbolt. Just try to put on as much damage as I can. Excadrill, he's trying to get the sand back up for Excadrill to sweep, and I'm just gonna go for another T-Ball. I wasn't really worried about Excadrill coming in now. And that weakens out the Tyranitar. Now his team's very weakened, and he does take out my Manectric with a very I don't know if Stone Edge was the right play because if he missed, he would have taken Tyranitar would have been gone. But I'm gonna bring in Suicune. He goes out to Jolteon. And I thought he would go out to Tangrowth here, but I guess not. He goes on to Jolteon, and I'm gonna make the play into Mudsdale, because that's my obvious check to Jolteon, obviously. So he goes in here. I go into Mudsdale here. Get this. And he goes for the HP Ice. That is 100% specs. There's no way it would have done that much if it wasn't specs, and I know that for a fact. So I'm pretty sure he was gonna switch, so I'm gonna just get the Toxic off on the Tangrowth, knowing that it was gonna come in, and I'm gonna go back out to Steela here. Steel is now getting very weakened, which is a problem. He does go for the Giga Drain, making the safe play. Not trying to make any reads. He can always just regen out, which is a pain. But oh well. And I'm just gonna go for the Air Slash. I believe this is the Heavy Slam. I go for the Heavy Slam. He stays in, tries to get off more damage, trying to weaken down my Celesteela, as he knows that his was one condition for Excadrill is to take out the Steela and the Suicune. If he takes those out, Excadrill probably can sweep at the end. I'm gonna go for the I go for the Earthquake here, trying to make a read, and he gets his Clef in for free, which is a pain. And I'm gonna go for he's gonna go for the Fire Blast, take me out, and now I have to make a switch here. I'm gonna go into Suicune, I believe. I go into Suicune, yeah. The reason I went to Suicune is because I had a feel like he would try to go into Jolteon again or Tangrowth, and either one is just setup fodder for Infernape. I was a little worried that he'd try to heal up here. I wasn't sure how much Scald would do, but as you see, he does make the switch out into Jolteon, and this was really risky because now he's at 1%, so now he doesn't have a switch in again. Jolteon's down, Clefable's down, Tangrowth, Excadrill, and Tyranitar get destroyed by Infernape here, and this is where I'm going to make the play into Mudsdale. If he takes me out with HP Ice, he's locked into HP Ice. It's a free SD for me, and he does make the play for the HP Ice, and he's going to take out my Benjamin here. Great play, and it's a great play, but it was in a way a trap, as now I'm just going to be able to sweep this entire game with the SD Infernape. Here we go. Come in here. What he's gonna do is gonna try to stack Tyranitar, expecting like Scarf maybe. I'm just gonna go for the SD, knowing that I can just take the game here. I get a free SD for free. Do take some sand damage, which is kind of annoying. And I'm just gonna go for the Mach Punch here. I knew he was damp. He was Smooth Rock, but I don't know why I went for Mach Punch. I could have went for the CC and brought the Excadrill in. He's gonna go into Tangrowth here, and he's gonna sack off Jolteon, trying to get the regen on Tangrowth, which is kind of annoying, to be honest. But I mean, it's his only play he has left here. Excadrill does go down to Mach Punch after Rocks. He's gonna try to sack off Clefable, and I'm just gonna go for the Flare Blitz, and I'm gonna save my Fire MZ for the Tangrowth, just because. Why not? I don't want to take that extra chip damage with all that health from Tangrowth. And he's going to bring in Tangrowth practically at full. And I'm just going to blow off the Fire MZ. Just take that out. No more chip damage. No more. And he's going to bring in Excadrill. And I'm just going to go for the Mach Punch and just sweep here. just clean up right here, 97%. Mach Punch comes off, and that's the dead Excadrill. And that is GG to Mighty Kiss. Next, we do have Troy right here, who has an insane core of Zygarde, Jirachi, and Mega Diancie. And then on top of that, he has Webs with Arachnoid. He has Pressuring with Thunder Eye. And he has like walls with Decidueye. He has like things like Decidueye and Piloswine that could be a pain. And then a Drapion, which could be kind of annoying as well for like Florges and stuff like that. So here's a team I'm gonna build. Here's a Zygarde 50 and Thunder Eye are the Z captains, which are pretty good Z captains to be honest. But this is the team I'm gonna build here. I have Reverse Flash here with the Mega Manectric with Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, HP Ice, Flamethrower. Very, very similar to the last couple sets we've done. That's only because it's such a reliable set, as HP Ice does hit the Piloswine, I guess, sort of hard, and it hits the Zygarde, which is what I really wanted to. Flamethrower hits the Jirachi, and this the Decidueye and the Piloswine. And then the Volt Switch and Thunderbolt just for momentum and just hitting hard with like against Thunder Eye, Arachnoid, and stuff like that, and just Drapion as well. Next I got Hail Hydra, Choice Scarf, U-Turn, Dark Pulse, Flash Cannon, and Draco. Flash Cannon is to catch the Mega Diancie, take that out, and then Draco. I believe I sped crept this for the I believe this is for Zygarde at +1 speed, so I could always Draco it and pretty much put a hole or stop his sweep. This also does a lot to his team, honestly, except for like a AV Drapion, sort of. But next I got Rest, Sleep Talk, Roar, Scald, Suicune, Defensive. It's here to help with Zygarde 50. I mean, there's really nothing else I can really do about that. Zygarde 50 is a threat, and I know that gives free switch-ins for Thundy, but maybe if I get maybe I can roar it out and stuff. So next I bring Bouquet. I bring Bouquet to help with the Thunder Eye, and to get Defog as well and help with Mega Nancy. But now that I think about it, now when I was looking at this matchup, I really didn't like Florges in matchup, but I kind of thought I needed it, especially if he brings like T-Spikes or something like that. So that's why I brought it. Bouquet, Synthesis, Defog, Moonblast, Wish. I didn't know what to do for the rest of the last move, so I just put on Wish because literally nothing really touches Jirachi that Florges has. So that's a problem because I know Jirachi's coming in every time Florges is in. So, yeah. Next I got Celesteela here with Leech Seed, Heavy Slam, HP Ice, Air Slash. So Heavy Slam, of course, is for Mega Diancie. HP Ice is for the Zygarde, and Air Slash for like things like Arachnoid, Decidueye, which could be a pain. HP Ice still hits the Thundy as well pretty hard, and Leech Seed, of course, just to get the recovery as well and be a pain. More Spit Death. About the relaxed nature, I am more defensive this match. This is to handle Mega Diancie pretty well, and Jirachi. And it can handle things like Decidueye as well, and last but not least, we have our setup sweeper here, sort of. We have Lily Nihilego with Expert Belt, with speed boosting, with Power Gem, Sludge Wave, HP Ice, Foul Play. Foul Play does a lot, depending on his Jirachi set, it does a lot, and Decidueye set, it does a lot. So I need to be able to weaken them down, though, and get enough chip damage so I could hit those mons to allow Nihilego to sweep. I do wish I brought Rocks this match. Probably would have been better. Maybe like a Mudstone that was like Spadef to help with like Thundy. I didn't really. Now that I think about it, Florges did not have a really good matchup at all. But oh well, I kind of want Defog for Arachnoid for Webs because I did not want to deal with Webs this match. But let's go into team preview. So he decides to bring Zygarde, 50, Drapion, Jirachi, Thunder Eye, Decidueye, and Mega Diancie. So that right off the bat, I know there's no Webs. So I kind of regret bringing Florges because Florges has a pretty bad matchup here right off the bat. But we're just going to have to deal with it. So He's gonna lead Drapion. I believe he'll lead Mega Manetric or Hydreigon. I'll lead Hydreigon just to get the U-turn off, see what he wants to do. He probably realizes I'm probably gonna be Scarf, and I'm gonna go into Mega Manetric, probably expecting knockoff or something like that. And that does a decent amount. And I'm gonna go for the Volt Switch, expecting the Earthquake, because I would think Drapion would have Earthquake against me with like Lego being there and Mega Manetric, and he makes a great play and goes for the knockoff as I go for the Volt Switch out into Hydreigon, because that's what I think he's gonna do. And he takes my Scarf, which is a huge deal. Now I don't have ways to help with Zygarde. I don't outspeed Jirachi anymore. And Mega Dance is a problem. So I'm gonna go for a Draco because I need to do something to this Drapion because I didn't realize he was Spadef. And he's gonna go to Mega Dance and set up his rocks. So I'm already in a pretty bad position here, and I'm gonna go for the Leech Seeker to switch out. Although I did not think Thundy was coming in, and he's gonna make a great double here into his Jirachi, expecting the Florges, which is why I should have brought Mudsdale. And I want to switch out to Suicune because Suicune is inner focus this week to help with Ironhead Jirachi, and he is a special attacking Jirachi. Oof. Yeah. So this is looking pretty bad here. I'm gonna go to Hail Hydra here, predicting like see if he's going for a Thunderbolt. It does a lot. This thing does a lot to my team. But I now know he's modest, and he's going to bring the Cobra Berry out, which is a pain, because now Hydreigon's going down to a Moonblast. And, yeah, there we go. Another, one of our main months, this match goes down. And I'm just going to have to go to Mega Manetric and Flamethrower? Yeah, Flamethrower. It does a decent amount to Dissonance Drive, but then I realized that's Spadef as well. As I said, I did have a problem with Spadef on this. As a fact, I do have a lot of special attacking mons on here. I'm going to go to Stella here. And he's going to go for a Roost. Which is a pain, because now he's getting all this recovery, and I'm just getting all this chip down, and he's going to trap me in the Spirit Jackal. I go for the HPI, doesn't do that much. I get a crit. I was expecting Zygarde to come in or something like that, or the Thundy. He's just going to keep weakening me down. I'm going to go for the Heavy Slam. Does like almost 50% to him. And we're just going to... I believe he roosts here. And Celestia is having a difficult time now. I do get a high roll this time with 54%, which is good. I did get... So low roll, probably high roll. So now he's going to U-turn out. And I believe it goes into Thundy here. This is a pain. I'm going to go for Heavy Sand. Does like 28%. And now he's going to be able to switch out again. I'm going to go to Bouquet. He's going to go for the Thunderbolt. And he doubles out into Mega Dancey. I'm going to go for a Defog. Get rid of these rocks because they've been a pain. And I'm just not going to be able to deal with it. I'm going to switch on to Celesteela. As he goes for a Diamond Storm. Does 38% and he gets a defense boost. Oh, man, that's really rough. As he's going to go for another one. And I'm going to go for a Heavy Slam and try to do is and take it out. At least I get to take it out. But still, that just... Oof, Celesteela's now at 2% and 8%. And I'm just going to have to let this thing go. Zygarde comes in. And he's going to go for Camouflage. Oh boy. So now he's a normal type. Now HBIs can't touch him really, and I'm really gonna have a difficult time trying to beat this thing down. He goes for the sub. Oh boy. And I'm gonna go for the Leech Seed. I wasn't sure if he's gonna be sub or not. And he's just gonna be able to take me out. Although I only does 10% as it does, I believe, neutral damage. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna go for a Heavy Slam. I can't break a sub. And he's going to take me out here with 1,000 arrows, getting a lot higher roll. He's going to get the leftovers recovery right here. And he's going to miss the Toxic, which isn't that bad. I'm just going to roll him out. and he goes into Jirachi, and now I'm at a huge problem again, and I'm going to go into Reverse Flash and try to do something with that. He's going to go for the Thunderbolt, so I make a good read at least for that. And I'm just going to go for the Flamethrower? Yeah, I go for the Flamethrower, try to chip this thing down. And I believe I could just take this... I believe I Volt Switch out? Or Thunderbolt. I Thunderbolt and take that out. So now he gets to go into Zygarde again. And I have to switch back out to Suicune. Suicune's my only... Suicune's my only answer on this team to this set. He's going for 1,000 arrows, and he's not going to do much at all. So he's going to switch out again, and he gets to go into Decidueye, which is a pain because now he gets to Roost back up. Decidueye basically walls Suicune, which is a pain as well. And I'm going to have to go to Bouquet and just sack the thing off to Leaf Blade, basically. And he's just going to get all this leftover recovery. Now he's back up. Now he's back up to 41%. And I get to go for the Moonblast, do bring him down, but he's just going to take me out, which I was a little surprised about. I thought he would try to roost up there, but I guess not. And Mega Manectric, I'm at Nihilego, I think would sweep here, right? I checked the calcs, and a little chip damage on Jirachi, I should be able to take it out here. And goes down to 40% right here. This is the pivotal play, because I want to go for the foul play. He lives on 1%. Then goes to the Moonblast and drops my special attack. If either one of those didn't happen, I won the game 100% right there. Nihilego would have be able to get on the chip damage off of Zygarde because that's the only thing that's going to come in here that will allow Mega Manectric to sweep the game. 100%. There's nothing. Nothing else I can really say about that. That's exactly what would have happened. And now I don't do enough to Zygarde with Nihilego to put it in range for Mega Manectric, as the special attack drop matters so much. So I'm just gonna. Also, for some reason, when I went up to my calc, I've actually calced 1,000 waves instead of 1,000 arrows with Nihilego. For some reason, I thought I would live it, but I'm gonna switch out to Suicune here. I can't really. The special attack drop matters so much, and he's gonna go for 1,000 arrows. And I'm gonna try to make a double because I think he's gonna go into Decidueye here. I really think he's going to Decidueye to try to heal that up, because Decidueye is the only thing that's stopping. If Decidueye gets healed up, that's a huge problem for the rest of my team, as it's going to be hard to deal with. So, hopefully, I'm going to make the double back into Mega Manectric, get an attack drop if it comes down to it, and this is where I choke this game. After that special attack drop plus living on 1%, it just threw me off the rest of the game. Honestly, that's really what happened, and I'm just gonna lose this game here. For some reason, I thought I would take that out, that I would live, but there's no way Nihilego is gonna live 1,000 arrows. As I said before, the damage calc was broken or something like that. So, Suicune comes out, and I can't win with both Thundy and Decidueye there. So. This is just GG, as he's just going to weaken me down, and he's going to go for Thunderbolt and take me out. Not much else I can really do about that. As you'll see in the next game, that Hacks kind of plays kind of role in that game as well. Next, I do have to play Pesky Skitty. At this point, Pesky and Troy, I believe, are above me in the standings. So, and Mighty Kiss has lost all 3 of his games. Monster hasn't played a game yet, and Pesky beat Troy pretty badly. So Pesky's above Troy, and I'm in like second or third, depending on the differential between for me and Troy. Monster hasn't played a game yet. Don't know how he would do. But we have to play Pesky next, and he has a weird team, as he has all Psychic types. Yeah, he has Mega Gallade, Mew, Latios, Necrozma, Metagross, Slowbro, Delphox, and Celebi, with Z captains being Mew and Necrozma. And for some reason, I'm absolutely terrified. This team kind of this is the one. This is like one of the only typings that actually kind of destroys my team. That's a huge problem, as now I have to build a team around that. And here's the team I went with. got Hail Hydra, the Hydreigon with Modest Nature, U-Turn, Dark Pulse, Draco Meteor, Toxic. I believe the Toxic was for the Mew or Necrozma. Necrozma's really bulky, so that might be why it's for there, or as well as the Mega Glade. Scarfed, and I have a lot of bulk on this because I barely needed any speed to outspeed everything, and there's nothing below it I could really needed the Scarf for. I just needed to outspeed like Mega Glade and stuff like that. So next we have Mega Manectric, Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, Signal Beam, Overheat. Signal Beam is for most of his team as they are Psychic types, as we know. Overheat is for the Metagross. So and just put a nuke in there. And this is here to pressure Slowbro as well, which is really good. Celesteal, we got Toxic, Protect, Flamethrower, Air Slash. I went special this time, partly because Heavy Slam didn't do enough to his team. Flamethrower is here to help with like Celebi, Metagross and stuff like that. And Air Slash is just here for stab and hit Mega Glade. Next I have Riverdale, Suicune, Rest, Sleep Talk, Calm Mind, Scald. Honestly, doesn't really have much to deal with that set. As long as he's not like a SD Mega Glade, I could probably beat his rest of his team with it. Maybe Celebi could be an issue, but realistically, Suicune just puts in the work there. And then I got Bouquet, the Florges with Kebia Berry, Wish, Protect, Toxic, Moonblast. This is to be able to take a +2 Poison Jab from Mega Glade and kill it with basically kill it with Moonblast, which is really good. And last we got Scarfed Infernape with U-Turn, Flare Blitz, Punishment, Stealth Rocks. Did not see Mudsdale putting in the work this game, so that's why I have Infernape instead. Infernape is to set up the rocks, get the chip damage off, and get the U-turns off. Punishment is there for like a setup Necrozma, or like a setup Slowbro, or a setup like Mew, or something like that, anything. Or set up Latios, so let's get into the match. He decides to bring the Mega Glade, the Latios, the Mew, the Celebi, Slowbro, and the Necrozma. So he does in fact leave the Delphox. He does leave the Delphox at home, and he leaves the Metagross. So right off the bat, I believe I'm gonna lead with either Infernape or Hydreigon. I want to get those rocks up I want to get those U-turn momentum or rocks up right away. And I think he was gonna get his rocks up with Necrozma or Celebi, and that's what I'm gonna lead Infernape, and he leads Latios. I'm expecting. I wasn't sure if he'd be Scarf, and I didn't want to risk Infernape on turn 1 with a U-turn. So I'm just gonna switch out into Celesteal Celesteal, as he's gonna go for a Psyshock, and I'm pretty sure he's Scarf. I'm pretty sure I'm getting a read that he's Scarf Latios, and that's kind of an issue. But I believe I go for a Toxic and I miss. So that's a huge deal, because at the next turn, now I have to take a Heat Wave from the Necrozma, which I would not have stayed in on, and do about 50%, and get a Toxic off. So that 50% is a pain, because now Celesteal is greatly weakened, and it makes it more susceptible to damage from Latios or like the Mega Glade and stuff like that, and it's less switch-ins. So that 50%, that toxicness was quite a problem, and he's gonna double out to Latios, as I'm gonna go for the Protect, trying to get some toxic damage to rack up on Necrozma. That's fine. I'm gonna go for Protect again to see what move he locks himself into, as he is gonna go for a Trick, trying to stop my Celesteal from being a pain. And I'm gonna go into Mega Manectric, as that is literally the best, because it can't trick me. He's stuck into Trick, and I'm gonna just full switch out here. I'll get the Intimidate off. He's gonna go to U-turn, and I realize he's a Scarf Celebi, so he's double Scarf this week. I'm gonna get a Volt Switch off and do so much damage to him, and we're going to Bouquets, and I'm gonna just get a Moonblast off right here, I believe, or Toxic. I get a Toxic off, and that synchronizes over to me. I was expecting to switch out. it's kind of annoying that I get the synchronized over to me. I didn't think he was going to bring Mew in. And he's nasty pop Mew. Oh my god. That's absolutely terrifying. I'm going to wish off. And this is going to be a huge problem. Good thing I'm very defensive because I do live the hit. I'm going to get off a Moonblast right there. Just pretty solid right there. And I'm going to go for, I believe, a Protect or a Wish here. A Protect, yeah. I go for a Protect. Try to get a little more damage off. He goes for Aura Sphere, trying to make a read into Hydreigon, as he's going to realize that Aura Sphere doesn't take me out from here. Bouquet's Spadef is like 154 base Spadef, which is absolutely insane. I'm going to take out the Mew. And I'm fine with that because that is just a huge problem. That was probably his Z user as well, so glad that's over with. He brings in Celebi. I bring in Infernape. And I'm just going to go for the U-turn here. Take that out. Crit does matter, but to be honest, I don't know what exactly would have happened there if I didn't get the crit. I probably would have went into Celesteela, or even Manectric, and he can't really, and he would just get a U-turn off, and like still that like I don't know if that crit really mattered too much in the long haul at least. Now I go into Reverse Flash, and he's going to go into Latios. He's going to go for a Draco. That miss matters. I do feel bad about that. Because that would have probably taken me out. And I get a Signal Beam off and do like over half to him. And now I get to switch out into Celesteela to take the Draco. He gets this special attack drop, of course. And I'm just going to get this recovery here. I believe do I Toxic again, or do I Air Slash? I Air Slash. Get some chip damage off. Let Toxic take him down a little bit. I go for the Protect, just to get some more HP back. He's going to go for a Z move. Turns out he is Z Necrozma, not Z Mew. And I get the Protect off. I would have stayed in here. I probably could have stayed in here if that Toxic Mist didn't matter before, because now I would have been at so much higher health. I would have been like at like 60% ish, probably 70% at this point. So, but he's gonna make a double out into Latias, and I'm gonna have to make a double out into Hydreigon. Now, he's going to go for the Draco Meteor. I didn't want to risk the fact that he would go for Trick and trick my Celesteela. Hydreigon wasn't that big of a deal the rest of this match here anyway, so I'm just let that go down. And I get a free switch into Celesteela, get some more recovery. And do I go for a Toxic here? Or Air, I go for Air Slash again, trying to get some damage on Slowbro. He makes a double out into Necrozma, expecting the Toxic, which is a great play. And I just get to go for a Protect here, get some recovery off here. So, the problem is he does read that, and he gets the Moonlight off, and he gets back up to like 85%, which is of course a pain. And I'm going to go to Suicune here. He goes for the Heat Wave, doesn't do much at all. And the Toxic damage is wearing off. And now I'm going to go for a Scald, I believe. Yeah, he's going to switch in Glade. Yeah, the burn was unfortunate, but that's a 30% chance, and that's what you kind of expect from a Scald. You can't really switch in Mega Glade on a Scald burn right there. He goes for Facade, which is a great tech move right there, as I'm just going to take this thing out with Scald. Now I'm just getting recovery off, coming back, and he's going to go into Latios. I'm going to go into Jafar, because I do believe that I lived the Draco from there, and if I was just trick Scarfs. It's not a big deal. And Infernape wasn't the biggest win con at the moment, so he goes for the Thunderbolt, and I eat that up, and I get the free U-turn off right here. Do like 36%, and go into Reverse Flash, and now I get a free Volt Switch off, because Slowbro's not going to live a Volt Switch. I'm getting all this grasping all this momentum, but I'm going to go for Signal Beam instead, predicting the switch out into Latios or Necrozma. Now the cross one is going to have to be sacked off. I was going for a Volt Switch, and I'm going to go into Celesteela to see what he locks himself into for Latios with Protect. So he's going to go into Latios. I'm going to go for Protect. What he's going to do is he's going to go for the T-Bolt. It's a good play. But now I'm going to be able to switch out into Reverse Flash, eat the Thunderbolt up, and I'm just going to be able to... Am I Signal Beam? Or he's going to go for Thunderbolt. I'm just going to go for the Signal Beam here, I believe, and take this thing out. And Slowbro goes down, obviously to Mega Manectric. I'm going to be honest that the little hacks with the Latios missing and Draco kind of mattered. But it kind of made up for the fact that I missed my Toxic Miss, as I did have to take 50% on Celesteela, and that would have done oh my god. That mattered like a lot and cost me half my life on Celesteela. GG to Pesky. If you're watching this video, I am sorry about the hack, so I wish you luck in the rest of your games and stuff like that. And last but not least, we got Monster here. So, oops, let's see where, here we go. So, Monster hasn't played a game yet, so I don't know anything about his team, really. I know that webs are going to be a pain to deal with. And I know right off the bat that Hydreigon is going to have to be my answer to Hoopa Unbound. Because nothing really checks Hoopa Unbound, and the best I've got here is, in fact, what's it called? A Chopo Berry Hydreigon for Hoopa Unbound, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to make this a neutral nature Hydreigon, which you don't often see neutral natures being run, but it was kind of necessary because that allowed U-Turn to take out the Hoopa Unbound from full-ish, and then it allowed me to be able to hit the Skarmory, because what I ended up doing is I went U-Turn, Roost, Flamethrower, Defog, Hydreigon, as Dark Pulse and Draco didn't really hit his team as hard at all, and Flamethrower hits the Ribombee, the Skarmory, hits the Breloom as well. So if he's like set up Breloom, I could possibly live the Mach Punch with the Chopo Berry and take it out with a Flamethrower. So that's what I kind of ran. I ran a decent amount of defense and Spadef to handle the Hoopa Unbound because that was my main check. But Mega Kangaskhan is a pain. It really is. So what I plan to do is because what's gonna happen is I noticed that Celesteela has a really good matchup as a setup sweeper, so I'm gonna try to use that to sweep, and I'm gonna use Suicune instead as my defensive wall to check Mega Kangaskhan with Rocky Helmet, which could be really good. His Z captains are Hoopa Unbound with MDT, which could be scary, but here's what the team I bought. I got Scarf and Fernape with U-Turn, Flare Blitz, Close Combat, Stealth Rocks. U-Turn is nice to just like, I believe I sped crept this for Scarf Thundy T. So with the Stealth Rocks, that could be really nice for chip damage on like the Ribombee and stuff like that. Break this sturdy on Skarmory. And Flare Blitz in Close Combat just do a lot to his team, honestly. Isn't really good switching from. Next I got Mega Manectric with some HP investment, mostly special attack and a speed. Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, Flamethrower, HP Ice. Never really get tired of that set because it does put in the work here. HP Ice is for the Thundy T, does like half of it to half to it. Flamethrower hits the Breloom and the Skarmory as well, and the Ribombee. Volt Switch, Thunderbolt just for stab and momentum. So that's what I had planned, and next we got Celesteela here with the Stelium Z, Autonomized, Heavy Slam, Steel Bomb, Stone Edge. Mostly, so this is going to be my setup sweeper, as I said before. Really puts in the work here. I couldn't really decide whether to go with Seed Bomb or with Fire Blast. Fire Blast is to hit the Skarmory, while Seed Bomb is to hit the Blastoise. I didn't really know what to go for. So I went with Seed Bomb instead because I could get the physical coverage and stuff like that for Blastoise. And I thought I had enough checks to Skarmory to be able to deal with that compared to Blastoise. Next I have Riverdale, Restley, Talk, Roar, Scald, Rocky Helmet to help with the Mega Kangaskhan. And then I have the Hydreigon set, as I talked about before, Serious Nature, with Roost, U-Turn, Flamethrower, Defog. Just enough speed to outspeed Hoopon Bound as long as it's not Scarf, and the rest in defense and HP. And then last but not least, we got Lily here, who was my second sort of win con with Sludge Wave, Thunderbolt, Psychic, Power Gem. The only thing I can't really touch at the moment is Skarmory, so see how it goes. He decides to bring Thundy T, Skarmory, Ribombee, Hoopon Bound, Blastoise, and Nidoking. So he left the Mega Kangaskhan at home, and he left the Breloom at home, which is really good because I did not want to deal with Breloom that much, especially with like a Spore kind of thing. Looking on his team, Nicky Lego looks really good. So does Celesteela, although I need to weaken that Skarmory down. I need to be able to beat that Skarmory. So once that Skarmory is gone, Celesteela could put in the work. Hydreigon looks pretty decent. His only switch into Flamethrower is Blastoise, really. And Ribombee's probably going to try to switch in on it, as the fact that you would think he would have Dark Pulse or something like that. But nope, we got Flamethrower this week. So let's go into this match. And I'm going to lead off with Suicune. For reasons that are like, I didn't really want like the lead matchup against Ribombee. I expected Skarmory to lead or something like that, and I did not want to deal with a Skarmory. So I was gonna just roar it out or scald it, try to break the stash. I'm at the sturdy. So, but he leads Ribombee, and I completely forgot about Sticky Webs, which is really when the match started. Even though I had Defung on Hydreigon, mostly for Skarmory, but I remember about the Ribombee during prep, and now he gets this free switch into Thundy T, which is a huge problem because what he's going to try to do is set up on me. I'm going to go to Reverse Flash, see if I get the Lightning, and he goes for the Nasty Claw, which is absolutely terrifying. And I'm going to Mega Evolve, and he's going to be able to do 94% to me. He's Life Orb. He does a lot to me, and I'll be able to leave and take this out with HB Ice. Thank God, because literally I could have been swept right there. We could have lost the game. But he's going to go to Ribombee, and I'm going to make the hard switch out to Riverdale again. Trying to help, because Suicune isn't that important this match, honestly. That's the reason why I led with it as well. Suicune was here to handle the what's it called, Mega Kangaskhan, but that didn't come. And I'm going to get the burn on the Skarmory, which is really nice. Get the Scar burn. Now I'm going to go into Hydreigon right here. And he's going to try to set up rocks. And I'm just going to defog this away, just because this is just being a pain to deal with. And he's going to stay in, try to get some damage off, I believe, or set up spikes. He goes for the Roost, just to get recovery. And what I'm going to do is, I believe I go for Flamethrower here, or U-turn. No, I'll go for Flamethrower, and this takes out his Ribombee. Oh my god, what a great, that's just amazing, because now no more webs for the rest of the game. And he's going to go into Blastoise, and I'm just going to U-turn out. And I'm going to go into the Suicune once again, because literally it doesn't do as much. And I get the he goes for the Toxic, and I could just rest that off anyway. I believe I go for the Scald, trying to get a burn, catch something on the switch in. Should be nice. And he goes for the Roar himself. So now that I know that what's it called? The Celesteela becomes that much important that I have C-Bomb instead. And I'm going to Volt Switch out into Blastoise instead. Into Suicune against the Blastoise. He goes for a Scald. That's fine. I believe he tries to save this here. And he goes down to Hoopon Bound, which is kind of a risky play, especially if I went for the Scald. But I'm going to go for the rest instead. And he's going to go for the Hyperspace Fury. And I'm discovered that he is banded, because look how much damage that does. That's just insane. I'm just going to get a free U-turn off, or a Roost here. I'm going to go for the U-turn, get momentum, go into Mega Manectric. I'm not really worried about Hoopon Bound being faster than me now. He can make the play into Nidoking here, which could be annoying, but which he does, in fact, and that's a pain because Nidoking is a huge problem, depending on what kind of set it is. And I'm going to switch out to Riverdale. Does the most, and he goes for Thunderbolt, makes a great read. And I'm fine with Suicune going down. it didn't do that much to the rest of the team anyway. He takes it out, and I get a free switch in into Mega Manectric, and I realized that Nihilika could do a lot if I just get enough chip damage on this, and I do, and I take that down to like 35%, allowing Nihilika to get a special attack boost. As in Team Comp, I realized the only mon on his team that's faster than me is the Raibombi. So I didn't really think I needed the speed boost because Raibombi can't do much to me anyway. So I'm gonna get the special attack boost here. I'm gonna go for the Psychic here, and he does take that pretty well with Skarmory, but what he doesn't know is a Thunderbolt is incoming here, and there goes down Skarmory, allowing Celesteela to have a pretty easy sweep at the end here. He's gonna go on to Hoopa Unbound, makes perfectly good sense because that checks me still pretty well, and he's gonna go for the Dream Punch and pop my Chople Berry, which is fine because now I get a Roost or a U-turn. Either one works really well. I get the U-turn off, and I'm going to go out into Celesteela. So I'm going to go for the C-Bomb here, take this thing out, because I don't want it rolling me out. I'm going to try to autonomize up, or getting the burn, and I get the attack boost, which is really good. And I live a Thunderbolt from Nidoking, and I live anything Hoopa Unbound wants to do. I go for the autonomize here, to outspeed, and he gets the defense drop. I go for the autonomize, and this is where I forget. I kind of misclick right here, and I go for the Heavy Slam instead of going for the Steelium Z, which I probably could have, but it really just saved me like all it did was cost me one differential point. As I do go into I go into Fernape, and I can just U-turn out into Nihilego and just click Psychic. So that is going to be GG for this, and that is the group stage for the GBA FDL. I will be uploading because what happened was because of this we got the first seed in our group, not the pool, the group. So what happened was it was me, then Pesky, who moved on, and I believe it ended up being Monster, then Troy, then Mighty Kiss as the bottom three who didn't make it. And it's gonna be pretty wild as we do have the bracket stages coming up, and I'll record that when I get a chance. Until then, Bash out.